Do you mind just not recording?
It'll just be facing me, so it won't be showing anybody else.
We don't allow, for privacy of everybody.
Yeah.
All recording, I'm all
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna show anybody else. It's just gonna be me. Like, if anyone comes out from there, we'll put the camera down.
Okay, cool. The policy is just no recording, period, though.
Okay. I mean, this is sort of my job. I'm just trying to do, just like you're trying to work as well. I don't know, like.
Once you're outside, 100%.
Okay, so the policy is to not record for the privacy of other people, right?
The policy is to not record.
And then what was the reason for that?
It is for the privacy of the people in there.
So if I'm just filming myself and no one else is being recorded, so the privacy, no one's really being like.
Yeah, because regardless the policy that was set for us is just no recording.
Can you give me a reason other than the privacy of other people? Because I don't feel like
the reason is that it's the policy that's set for us.
I know, but obviously the policy, there has to be a reason why that's a policy. So I'm trying my best right now to just like be calm and be understanding, but
100%.
Yeah.
They just, they just don't explain everything necessarily. There's just certain rules that they set in place.
But you won't be in it, and neither will anybody else. I'm just gonna order a drink and then.
Unfortunately, if you're recording, I'm not gonna help you out.
Okay, can this nice man help me out, or
No.
so you won't allow anybody to help me out
No,
with a drink?
Yeah, no, because recording is just.
So you're refusing to serve me because.
Yeah, just because you're recording in here.
So you're refusing to serve me because.
Yeah, just because you're recording in here.
Okay, so if I came in here and I was recording a little Snapchat of myself like this, you wouldn't serve me? Because I'm sure people come out and make little TikToks. So it's just not me. It's not me. And to get into specifics, I mean, obviously the whole situation that happened at Starbucks, some decisions that I've been making in my life recently are just decisions that I am not proud of and I'm upset with myself for. I hate myself for how I reacted in the Starbucks situation. I'm not proud of myself for that moment. I'm very ashamed of myself and I hate myself for doing that. I reacted in an ugly way, and that's just not me.
The world of content creation moves fast. One day, a creator is vlogging their daily life. The next, they're at the center of a viral controversy. In August 2025, Brandon Brawadis, better known as Brawadis, or FaZe Rug's big brother, found himself in exactly that position. A simple trip to Starbucks while live streaming became an internet-wide talking point, sparking debate over privacy, respect, and the rules creators must follow. For Brawadis' fans, this wasn't I guess this was a surprising moment for many OG fans, but for many knowing the path he's been going down, it's very different from his lighthearted basketball challenges, pranks, and lifestyle content. But in this case, a seemingly routine interaction with the Starbucks employee escalated into a standoff that I included at the start. Security and police ended up interacting with Brawadis, and it leveled a standoff. Later, this started, spreading on the internet as good things do. Some people defended Brawadis, calling the employee's reactions as an overreach, but I think the guy, acting like that, he's definitely in a supervisor position. But others thought his refusal to comply was a clear example of entitlement by creators. Even FaZe Rug, his own brother, weighed in publicly. Today, we're going to unpack exactly what happened in that situation and how it led up to that point. August 11th, now the time of recording 2 days ago, Brawadis began his day like no other, starting up the stream. He stopped at his local Starbucks to go try a drink for his fans, camera in hand. Initially, the stream was just chill, light chatter, jokes to his viewers, the weird shit he's been saying. But as he approached the counter, the supervisor, or whoever the guy was, one of the employees, refused to give him service just due to the fact that he was recording and it was against policy. The live viewers, by the way, were probably feeling very awkward on this standoff, and it's very cringe. All Brawadis had to do, in my opinion, was put down that damn camera. He's acting like he's never been a YouTuber before. Obviously, in many places, you're going to find problems like that. I don't know why he started acting entitled. The argument lasted several minutes, and in that time, tensions escalated. Security eventually entered the frame, asking Brawadis to either stop recording or leave the premises. At this point, his chat was divided, some urging him to comply, others encouraging him to stand his ground. To viewers, it was like live reality television, like it is with many of these other streamers. Brawadis was trying to point out that him streaming is regular and he's just being singled out and that it's his life. The employee and security guard reiterated their stance. It wasn't about him personally. It was about upholding the store's rules consistently. The back and forth became repetitive, almost performative, and it gets to the point where like you could like put that shit down, man. Like turn that shit off just for like 10 seconds, bro. You could show us the drink after. But both parties refused to budge. The employee threatened to call the police if he didn't leave. That moment caught on camera and so became the most shared clip. You know, if that was, I think that's what Brawadis has been looking for the past couple weeks, man. Some clicks. The next day, Brawadis released a 28-minute video addressing the controversy. And he took responsibility for how he handled the situation, but also implied the Starbucks employee escalated things unnecessarily. He admitted that he should have de-escalated and avoided the confrontation entirely. However, the damage was already done, man. Clips were still circulating, and the discourse has taken a life of its own. The story took another turn when his brother, FaZe Rug, publicly commented during a live stream, which Rug has been actually streaming too, which is pretty interesting. Rug said he loved his brother, but he was disappointed in his actions, clarifying that being related to him doesn't mean they share the same opinions or behaviors. This statement sparked its own wave of conversation, with some praising Rug's honesty and others criticizing him for speaking against family publicly. This incident tapped into a long-running debate about influencers filming in public and private places. For some viewers, the Starbucks employee's reaction was excessive. They argued that Brawadis was simply vlogging, a harmless act in an age where cameras are everywhere. Others saw it differently, though, pointing out that Starbucks, like many businesses, has policies to protect customers from being filmed without consent. This is especially relevant in a time when a single background appearance in a viral video can have unintended consequences for everyday people. The discussion also touched on entitlement. Should a creator need for content override a business rules? Critics argues that the answer is no, and that creators should respect the spaces they're in. And I agree with that. But supporters counter that policies like this are outdated in the digital age. Social media thrives on this gray area moments because they create endless discussion, stitches, and duets. Whether you were pro-employer or pro-Brawadis, the argument became part of a bigger conversation about boundaries in an always online world. The Starbucks incident is more than just a viral moment for Brawadis. It's a case study in how quickly small conflicts can sail in the age of live streaming. For creators, it's a reminder that not every moment needs to be filmed, and not every rule is worth challenging on camera. A few seconds of compliance, I'll put the camera down, could have prevented days of backlash. It's also a lesson in audience perception. Even if you feel you're in the right, the internet may not see it that way. For employees, it shows the challenge of enforcing company rules when a camera is rolling. And for viewers, it's a window into the pressures of live stream culture, where creators feel compelled to keep content flowing, even in the tense or awkward moments. Brawadis' willingness to apologize is important, but so is understanding the structural reasons these conflicts happen. The line between public and private is blurrier than ever, and until creators, companies, and audiences define it more clearly, incidents like this will keep going viral. In the end, the Starbucks saga will fade, but the conversations it sparked will stick around forever.